Hi, my name's Bekah. Welcome to my video series, Everyday English Every Day. Here we have authentic conversations with real people. Remember, you need to be consistent with your learning, so be sure to spend at least 10 minutes a day practicing English. Okay, today we're talking about anti-racism in schools. We're going to listen to a conversation I had with my friend Liz. She talks about how to be on board and support anti-racism. Now, when you're on board, you're in agreement with or willing to do something. So it's like you're supporting something when you're on board. And for a little more, we're going to talk about how to learn more about anti-racism. Okay, so in a racist society, it is not enough to be non-racist. We must be anti-racist. Now, the prefix anti means against. So basically, we can't just say we're not racist. We have to work against racism. What that means is we need to take action and we need to take risks. So Liz and I are going to talk about anti-racism and how she works with this idea, with this mindset, with this mindset in her high school in Connecticut, okay? So she is a teacher and in charge of curriculum and is bringing this conversation to her students. So while we're having our conversation, I want you to pick out the following phrases. These are the phrases we are focusing on. So let's practice them together first. Repeat after me. Think about whose stories are we including? Why are certain stories told? To get backing, to get funding, to be on board, continued to be harmed, suffer for it. Okay, so as you're listening to our conversation, after you hear the phrase, stop it, pause the video, and repeat again. Repetition is a super important part of language learning. Okay, let's listen to our conversation together. So how do you do anti-racism in school? Like, how do you teach it? Like, what do you do?
So some of it is like thinking about what we're teaching and how we're teaching it. So whose stories are we including? Whose stories are we not including? But also getting kids to think about, like, why are certain stories told and not others? Who benefits from the stories that are told?
How does the school system feel about you bringing in these kind of ideas? Is it hard to get backing, or to get, I mean, you obviously had to go get funding outside of the schools to get the books you want to bring into your classroom. So is that like a big wall that you have?
I would say I'm really lucky in that my administration is on board with it. So I think
and why do you think, what makes them different? Why are they on board? What do you think?
I think that they've also done some of the, they're also doing some of the reading and some of the work. And so
just so prevalent now and they're up with it, kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think there's an understanding that if we don't change things, kids are going to continue to be harmed. And so
for the good of the whole
right, if you believe that, and I believe that, then you can't not change. You can't stop trying to change, because if you stop trying, kids are going to suffer for it.
Now, that is a good teacher, right? There's negative things happening and you keep on working for a change because it's what you believe in. I'm very proud of my friend. Okay, so let's talk about some of these phrases a little more. When we think about something, it's like something's on our mind. I could say, oh, I was thinking about you the other day. I haven't seen you for a long time. So we can think about a person, or we can think about something, a topic. Oh, I was thinking about the soccer game. All right, so let's talk about a little grammar. Let's look at the word who. Who is a question word, and we use it when asking about a person or people, two or more people, right? We use person as a singular form and people as the plural form. So Liz said, who benefits from the stories that are told? Who, which people? Now, whose is a contraction. It means who is. We use apostrophe S in this word. Who's writing these? Who's receiving the benefits? Remember, when we receive benefits, we gain something positive. Whose, it sounds the same as the second one, but it's different. Whose is used to ask who owns something. Whose stories are we including? Whose stories are we not including? Okay, let's talk about the idea of to get backing. So when we get backing, we receive support or money from an organization or person in order to do something. I asked her, is it hard to get backing? Is it hard to get the support that you need from your school system? Now, to get funding is to provide resources to finance a need, program, or project. Remember, when you're financing something, you're getting money. Think about the GoFundMe page, right? People can donate money to your cause. You obviously had to go get funding outside of the school. I told her this, right, because she created a page to get support and to get donations so that she could implement new curriculum, new content, I guess, for her curriculum. We'll talk about that at the end. Now, she talks about, she says, continued to be harmed. When something or someone is harmed, it's hurt or damaged. If we don't change things, kids will continue to be harmed. Notice I had to correct the spelling here. If we don't change things, kids will continue to be harmed. It will get worse and worse. They will keep on having problems, keep on getting damaged or hurt. Now, when you suffer for it, it's to feel pain or something equally unpleasant. You can't stop trying to change because you know that if you stop trying, kids are going to suffer for it. They're the ones that are going to be hurt in the long run if we just don't deal with this issue, with this problem. Now, for a little more, we're going to talk about the program, the content that Liz is bringing into her schools. So she created a fund, right, to collect money so she could purchase new books from different perspectives, looking through a different lens. Now, through the lens is like from one's perspective, right, from what they know. So looking through a different lens is the way of showing different perspectives so people can have a more variety of thoughts, right, of what's really happened according to different types of people. So Liz wants to give her students access to high quality, engaging historical texts that provide a more honest history, right? Almost like a more well-rounded, like from more perspectives, not just from probably the white man perspective that most textbooks are made from. So she's really looking at that idea. Why are certain stories told? Why aren't these other stories part of our curriculum? So she teaches in a social studies department, And the families have communicated their concerns about the representation to the teachers. They want a curriculum that reflects their multiple identities. So it's pretty exciting as a teacher to have this kind of engagement, right? This kind of desire in your classroom. She says, our students are critical thinkers and have a desire to take action and change the world. I love that. So what she did is she created a project, right? She wants to get a class set of books. So that means that she'll keep them in the classroom and her students can read them, can use them. So they'll be able to assign them as a whole class or allow students to have these kind of options in their free reading. This will help foster a more positive class and school community, as well as build citizenship skills. Okay, so she's trying to connect people, right? To create community, to get people to be more maybe global citizens or well-rounded citizens by thinking about how others have been treated or how others have, what others have had to deal with. So these are the books, in case you're interested in learning a little more, that she's adding to her curriculum. Okay, stamped about racism, anti-racism, and you. An indigenous people's history of the United States, right? Indigenous people are like natives, okay? A queer history of the United States, and we are all not yet equal. I am definitely going to be checking out these books soon. All right, so if you like my videos, give me a like and subscribe to my channel. New videos are posted on Mondays. Comment below, ask me questions. I would love to chat with you. That's my email if you want to get in touch with me. Bye-bye. Have a great rest of your day. And think about it. How can you be an anti-racist? Bye-bye.